From Peoria, Video Max Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Christina Colosimo and Brett Lemick. Our news anchors, Jennifer French and Tierney Modulin. News interviewer, Nafia Khan. Sports anchor, Sam Mangieri. Sports reporter, Cody Brutlay. Get real with Blaze Felty. In the spotlight with Sandra Hollywood Hall. Mind, Body, and Soul with Afton Hallauer. Street Team with Seth Johnson. About Town with Sarah Dorn. Becca Winning says, let's eat. And State of the Arts is with Sherry Ellis. And now, from America's friendliest city, Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Christina and Brett. Take it away, kids.
Hi, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Jen French.
And I'm Christina Colosimo. Welcome back to a brand new week. And Jen, how was your week last week? Everything went well?
Oh, I have so many tests coming up. I feel like all I've been doing is studying, and I know that this coming weekend there's an art show going on the riverfront in Peoria.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not exactly sure who's going to be there, but I know the Peoria Art Guild is organizing it.
And that's still going on even with the bad weather?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Sure.
Now, I have a friend that works for the Peoria Chamber of Commerce, and she actually was saying that they just got their scaffolding lifted last week, but they're still walking through mud to go in, you know, because right by the riverfront, I don't know, I guess it's still kind of a mess over there, so hopefully everything works out well for them.
Yeah.
Let's see what the news has to say this week.
Thanks, Jen and Christina. Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to Midstate Magazine. I'm Shara Steer.
And I'm Joel Jones, and now a first look at news. After heavy rainfall flooded Peoria this past weekend, residents and businesses alike dealt with the aftermath. Many homes alongside the Illinois River in Woodford County were flooded, and so was the downtown Peoria area. The river reached its crest at just above 27 feet, which was the highest in 23 years and just outside the top 5 all-time crests. Some streets and local restaurants remained closed, but others stayed open. The Riverfront Market and the annual Oktoberfest moved their location to drier grounds, but were able to continue, as usual, and stay open for business.
With the 2008 presidential campaign right around the corner, being registered is the most important part of voting. Bradley has an easy way for students to take care of that. Every day, a table is set up outside the Bradley Hall with the material needed to register students. All students need is a driver's license or a piece of mail with proof of an address on it, and a second form of ID. Students can register at their address here at Bradley or in their home address. However, the location chosen must have the ballot chased there. For those that are chose to register at their home address, they can call and have an absentee ballot sent to them with the others can vote in the Peoria area. Many students have already registered, and Bradley hopes many more do. This is the first year that all freshmen will be able to vote in the presidential campaign. Maggie Keller, assistant to the President Woman program, stated that turnout has been a good time with freshmen and many upperclassmen too. The tables will be set up until October 2nd, which is the last day to register to vote in the state of Illinois. November 4th is the election day, and Bradley will run shuttles to and from the local polls. For more information, contact Maggie Keller at 677-2382 or email her at mkoehler@bradley.edu.
A Pulitzer Prize winner and Bradley University alumni will deliver this year's 2008 Bunn Lecture. Renee Beyer is a 1980 BU photojournalism graduate who won the 2007 Pulitzer Prize in feature photography. In her winning series, she chronicled 1 year in the life of a mother and her son as he battles childhood cancer. Beyer has spent the past 25 years as a news photographer and editor and focuses on in-depth social relevant stories. Besides winning the Pulitzer Prize, she has also won awards from the National Press Photographers Association and the 2005 McClatchy President's Award for World Hunger in Photojournalism. This year's lecture will be held October 2nd at 6:30 p.m. in the Hortz Auditorium in the Caterpillar Global Communications Center here at BU.
Flooding and damage was not the only thing that Hurricane Ike left behind. After the waters had cleared away, a shipwreck was found on the shores of Alabama about 6 miles away from Fort Michigan. It had been uncovered partially under Hurricane Camille in 1969. Now, with the whole wreck being visible, archaeologists are working hard to determine what it is. They say it could either be 2 masked Civil War shooters that was around in 1862, or a different ship from roughly 70 years later. At the time of Hurricane Camille, researchers thought it would be the Monticello, which was a battleship that burned after crashing during the Civil War. Post-Hurricane Ike researchers still believe it to be the Monticello, originally from 1862.
11 parks and 13 historic sites in the Illinois area are scheduled to close due to lack of funding within the Illinois state budget. A nearby Jubilee State College, the park is scheduled to remain open while its sister historic site will be shut down. Officials say it's based upon admission, however. The original closing dates have now been pushed back.
Jubilee Historic Site is home to countless school field trips, weddings, and cross-country track events. But due to issues within the state budget, Governor Rod Blagojevich has scheduled the closing of it, as well as 11 parks and 12 other historic sites throughout the Illinois area. Originally, historic sites were scheduled to close October 1st, while state parks were set to close November 1st. However, laying off workers within the Historic Preservation Agency and the Illinois Department of Natural Resources has caused a delay in the closings. The decision to close is now in the hands of lawmakers. Officials are set to reconvene November 12th, while workers like Jubilee Historic Site Manager Jim Tucker are left to wait.
Well, I think it's a very unfortunate situation. I'm not aware of the inner workings of the politics involved.
Closings for historic sites have been pushed back to October 15th, while state park closings will take place at the end of November. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Ashley Edlin.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced on Friday that it has approved a new vaccine, which will help reduce cancer in women. Merck and Company stated that Gardasil is effective against 4 strains of the human papillomavirus, which is passed through sexual contact and causes cervical and vaginal cancer. The vaccine could be administered to girls, women ages 6 through 26. According to Merck's head of clinical research, the vaccination was found to be 100% effective in protecting against the 2 rare cancers. Between 5,000 and 5,500 cases of vaginal cancer are diagnosed in the United States each year.
Tanner's Orchard has become a place for more than just the Tanner family. Currently run by the 3rd generation of Tanners, their apple orchard has activities for everyone and attracts many throughout the community.
It has been 61 years for Tanner's Orchard here at their Spirit, Illinois location. Now run by the 3rd generation of Tanners, it has become a place for other families throughout the community to come.
It's more of a family atmosphere, and it's more of a destination now. Family fun, it's an experience, not just going to a store, it's an experience for the whole family.
Their 80-acre orchard goes beyond picking your own apples and pumpkins, with activities such as wagon rides, a corn maze, and a children's playground.
If you come on the weekends, we have ponies and barrel train, they both run. The playground's open. Llamas and alpacas are here. We have a lot of goats.
Tanner's is not just a part of the community, but it gives back to it as well.
At the end of the year, whatever apples we have left over are donated to food banks, and it's hundreds of bushels of apples are donated to food banks every winter.
At the end of the day, the Tanner's focus is to create a family atmosphere rather than a profit.
Customer service is a very, very large part of our service, and we know we're here for the customers.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Ashley Edlin.
The Greater Peoria Regional Airport is getting a new name. The faculty will be officially renamed the General Wayne A. Downing Peoria International Airport during a groundbreaking ceremony for the new $60 million terminal on October 10th. With that, the city of Peoria recognizes one of its famous residents. General Downing was the former commander of the U.S. Special Forces and had been appointed President Bush after the September 11th terrorist attacks. He headed the Department of Counterterrorism. Downing, a retired 4-star general, died June 18, 2007 from complement of bacterial meningitis.
All right, thanks, guys. Bradley broke a 5-match losing streak Tuesday with a 4-set non-conference victory over Western Illinois at Western Hall. Freshman Rochelle DeJean from Neuqua Valley High in Naperville had 33 digs for the Braves, who won by the score of 25-19, 25-19, 21-25, and 27-25. 6 of the 9 lead changes in the match occurred in the 4th set. With the score tied at 25, the Braves took the lead for a good on a Westerwinds attack error. Another attack error clinched Bradley's 4th win of the season against 9 losses. Junior Elise Cernak had 23 digs for Western Illinois, which fell to 5-9 overall. Senior Sam Black recorded her 6th double-double for the season for the Braves. She had 15 digs and 42 assists. The Braves, 0-2 in the Missouri Valley, resume conference play Friday at Indiana State. And the calls still come every year. Can I bring a kid to fish at your ponds? For years, the staff at Dixon's Fisheries have said no to that request. The ponds where generations of anglers learn to fish have been closed since 1992, except for a few kids' derbies. But that'll change starting next May. Thanks to the imagination and energy of several local outdoors enthusiasts, fishing at Dixon's Pond will become a reality once again. Work is underway to renovate, remodel, and then reopen the spring-fed ponds next spring. Once work is done and fish are stocked, the ponds will offer free fishing for youngsters ages 10 to 12, senior citizens, and children with special needs. Adults will not be able to pay to fish, though, although they're welcome to volunteer. And in this world of ups and downs, Illinois State football native Boomer Grigsby is feeling the downs more now than ever. He transformed from an All-American player at Illinois State University to an NFL fullback for the Kansas City Chiefs. This season, he played 1 game with the Dolphins and was cut from the team. The explanation? Management told him it wasn't anything he did, but instead that they were choosing to take a different route with the position. Now Grigsby's back in Central Illinois hoping to get another call from the NFL. He says he's taking it day by day and that he's fortunate to have numerous connections to the NFL. Grigsby has a marketing degree with an economics minor from Illinois State University. During sports, we'll be featuring a sports trivia fact of the week to challenge your sports IQ. Which is tougher to accomplish, bowling a 300 game or hitting a hole-in-one in golf? You guessed it, the odds are about the same, about 12,500 to 1 for getting a hole-in-one and about 11,000 to 1 for bowling a 300. That's all for sports. I'm Cody Brutlug.
That's all for the news tonight. I'm Shara Steer.
And I'm Joel Jones. Hope to see you here next week.
I'm Cody Brutlug. Have a great evening.
Thanks, News. Seeing that our theme is art and things like that, I know some culinary things can be seen as art. And you said, you mentioned a few things.
I mean, my dad, I come from this big Italian family. My dad truly believes that food is an art. And so we were in Italy a few months ago visiting my aunts and uncles and cousins. And one of my uncles, they prepare this fish and it's baked in salt. Okay. So it's like, yeah, I think there's a picture up, but it's baked in salt and you have to like crack the salt out and then get the fish out. And I mean, there's just so many different things that can be. I mean, my dad truly believes that that's an art, that food is an art. I mean, he makes us take pictures of every piece of fish on a plate and, oh man. I mean, but I love fish, so that's okay. I'm not really picky about any of that. But let's see what Sandra has to say for In the Spotlight.
Hey, what's up? This is Darian Clay, and this is Get Real. Now, what do you get when you pit 20 American college kids who don't like each other against 20 professional Soviet hockey players in a game that transcends the sport of hockey? What you get is the greatest moment in sports history, portrayed in the movie Miracle.
To win. My goal is to beat them at their own game.
Beat the best team in the world.
Gold medalists in 64, 68, 72, 76. You're missing some of the best players.
I'm not looking for the best players, Craig. I'm looking for the right ones.
A lot of guys from Minnesota and Boston.
Yeah, that's gonna work.
I got no time for quitters. You want me to play, huh? I want you to be a hockey. I am a hockey player! Think that'll get them going?
Oh, yeah.
Miracle tells the story of a coach given the challenge of defeating a nearly invincible Soviet hockey team in the midst of the Cold War.
These guys ever smile?
They're Russians. They get shot if they smile.
I didn't think it was gonna be this hard.
Yeah, you did.
We start becoming a team right now.
Kurt Russell portrays Herb Brooks, a player-turned-coach who succeeded against all odds, becoming one of the most influential figures in U.S. Olympic history.
When you pull on that jersey, the name on the front is more important than the one on the back.
Michael Ruzioni.
Who do you play for?
I play for the United States of America.
Welcome to the Olympics, gentlemen. If we played them 10 times, they might win 9, but not this game. Listen to him.
We can beat these guys.
Believe in miracles? Yes!
Coach Brooks never got to see the final production of the film, as he died shortly before its theatrical release. The movie was later dedicated in his memory. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Darian Clay.
Wow, thanks, Darian. Well, someone mentioned before in the studio that that's based on a true story.
Yeah,
Miracle?
it is. And obviously, that was my bad, Darian. He's, you know, he's a smooth-looking guy, so I'm sure he's not mad that I called him Sandra for a quick second. But, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Anyways, yeah, have you ever seen Miracle?
No, I haven't. I was almost thinking it was a spinoff of Mighty Ducks. Sorry if that made anyone upset.
Oh, no! Oh, dear.
But
no,
isn't there like a Mighty Ducks sequel or something?
I mean, there's like 4 of them.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's something that could be confused.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But no, Miracle was a really good movie, and I liked it. I cried. I mean, but then again, I cry at everything.
It looks nice.
So, have you ever done the whole outside movie experience, like a movie in the park kind of a thing? In downtown Chicago, they do movies in Grant Park, but anyways, now here's to the beautiful Sandra Hall with In the Spotlight.
Hello, and welcome to In the Spotlight with me, Sandra Hollywood Hall. History was made at the 60th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards presented by the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences at the Nokia Theater live in Los Angeles not too long ago. They were hosted by some big-name celebrities such as Heidi Klum and Ryan Seacrest. Might I add, they were also nominated for Outstanding Host for Reality Show or Reality Competition. Now, what is an Emmy Award? The Emmy is a statuette awarded annually by the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences for outstanding achievement in television. Of course, we must know what famous celebrity walked away with an Emmy. The sleek 60s drama Mad Men made Emmy history as the first basic cable show to win a top series award. Mad Men and 30 Rock took home the Emmys for Best Drama and Comedy Series. 30 Rock stars Alec Baldwin and Tina Fey both won for their roles on the show, Best Actor and Best Actress in a Comedy. The Simpsons once again claimed U.S. television's highest honor for a primetime cartoon at the Creative Arts Emmy Awards, extending the show's record-winning streak. The stars arrived for the 60th Annual Emmy Awards at the Nokia Theater in high fashion on Sunday. Everyone who was anyone in L.A. was seen at this red carpet event. As we all know, who's wearing what is a huge part of the dazzling night. It was a fashion extravaganza with lots of gowns, beading, jewels, tuxedos, and mermaid-style dresses. Some of the most famous celebrities who graced the red carpet were Sandra Oh, Jeremy Piven, Eva Longoria, and Mark Wahlberg. Unfortunately, the Emmys were not winning an award for ratings. The ABC telecast averaged 12.2 million, down 6% from last year's Nielsen ratings, and close to record low 12.3, who caught the show in 1990. Well, we'll just see if I myself one day will receive such an honor of an Emmy. That's all the time I have left. I'm Sandra Hollywood Hall, and as always, you can count on me to keep you in the know within the spotlight.
Thanks, Sandra. Well, speaking of art, since that's kind of our topic this week, I actually went to an art show at Coe College probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and that's where all the floods were this summer. Like, stuff was like 30 feet underwater, and this local artist got like white things from all over downtown, like a toilet, a door, a washing machine, and reconstructed almost this like stage house to make it look like a big piece of furniture that was just to represent just all the flooding that happened in downtown Cedar Rapids.
That's so interesting. And it was a local, but it was
it was a local artist. I think he lived in Kentucky at that point because he was alumni from that college, but it was a really interesting piece of art.
Oh my goodness. I have so much respect for those people because, someone asks me, draw something up for me. I'm like, oh really? Here's my stick figure, Man. Let's see what we have this week in career tips. Something I need.
It's a job. That's what you want, and know that finding a job is a full-time job in and of itself. It is a 40, 50, 60-hour a week, 24/7 experience. If you're in school right now, I don't care how busy your schedule is and how many things you think you have going on. It's nothing. You have more freedom now in your life than you will ever have. So use some of that freedom to start to plan early. Figure out, what do I want to do? Where do I want to live? And maybe you can't get exactly what you want initially, because the first challenge is to get a job so that you get experience, and it's always easier to get your second job. But work at it. Plan early. It will take you weeks, probably months to get the kind of job that you're really looking for. Yeah, you can settle for other things, and there's nothing wrong necessarily with that. But on the other hand, you've gone to school 4 years and you've said, this is what I want to do when I grow up. Okay, graduate. You've got a lot of time to do different things in life, but plan early and know that getting a job is just a job itself. 40 hours a week at least, 24/7. And good luck.
Thanks. Christina had mentioned some stuff that was going on in Peoria right now.
I did.
I'm
I'm getting old. I really am. I'm not kidding you. I'm getting old, and so I have to like read, or else my mind just is not as sharp as it used to be. I know. Okay. Anyways, one of my friends was telling me that on the riverfront, because that's kind of where Peoria's art scene is located, that at the Contemporary Art Museum off the riverfront, every Friday night, they do a big music scene. It starts at 5:30, goes till 7:30, and there's a live band or, you know, some sort of an independent group or whatnot performing, and you can go next door to the River Station that was wrong, Rhythm Kitchen, that was wrong, sorry.
Yeah.
The Rhythm Kitchen, get some food, bring it in, listen to live music. So it's good stuff. I wonder if the street team has ever been there. Street team?
I'm Daniel Shore. We're in downtown Peoria doing Street Team today on Chicago sports knowledge, and we'll see how Peoria citizens hold up when put to the test. Who wore number 23 and played professional basketball in Chicago?
It was Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Pujols.
Pujols. Who's the famous Cubs announcer known for saying, "Holy cow"?
Carey. Harry Carey?
Harry Carey. Neil Diamond.
What's the name of the professional hockey team in Chicago?
I don't know. They have a little Indian guy.
An Indian?
I know nothing about hockey.
Blackhawks?
All right, what large sporting event might be hosted by the city of Chicago in 2016?
Olympics? Super Bowl?
That wraps it up for this edition of Street Team. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Daniel Shore.
Thanks, Daniel. Wow, I wonder where he finds some of these people who just don't seem to know what's going on or who people are.
No, I think some people just like to be funny, though, at the same time, answer good questions. But like I said, I'm getting old, so I'm just going to clarify this. It's at the Contemporary Art Center, downtown, riverfront. It's called Live at the 5 spot, and it's in the Preston Jackson Gallery. Every Friday, for members, it's $7. Non-members, it is $10. And it's from 5:30 to 7:30. See, I told you. I can't think anymore off the top of my head. I have to have things written down. Goodness gracious. Now, are you the type of person that likes to go see theater, musicals, things like that?
I like to go to contemporary art galleries. I'm not a big musical person just because I feel like my life won't really break out in song, so it's hard for me to relate. Like
my life always breaks out in song. Man, State of the Arts. Let's see what they have to do this week.
Hello and welcome to another edition of State of the Arts. I'm your host, Matt Seneca. Today we have with us Bradley University freshman Steve McCartney. How you doing today, Steve?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. So you obviously play guitar. When did you start playing?
I started playing in 7th grade. I used to play the viola, but not the very modern instrument that I was hoping for. So I switched over to guitar.
Okay, and so you said, and what kind of guitarists, what kind of music really do you listen to as of right now?
My favorite band is Jimmy Eat World.
Okay.
I also like Paramore, Cartel, a lot of modern pop, I guess you could say, like that.
And do you have any guitarists right now that you kind of look up to or that have influenced you along the way?
Well, I started with Tom DeLonge from Blink-182,
Okay.
so that definitely got me started on guitar.
All right. All right, well, that sounds pretty good. What do you have to play for us today? Original composition, covers?
This is by a band called The Fold. It's a song called Backseat Driver.
Okay, well, go ahead and take it away for us.
Okay.
was great. That was excellent. Before we go, do you have anything you want to say to aspiring guitarists as they're starting to learn?
Stick with it. Personally, I've never had a guitar lesson, but if you really try, you can definitely get somewhere with it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Steve McCartney, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Matt Seneca, and you were just rocked here on State of the Arts.
Thanks, Matt. Wow, that was a really good segment on State of the Arts. I know Christina really enjoyed that, but that kind of reminds me. I know that the Lakeview Museum has a rotating art display every now and then, that they have a new show every so often.
No way.
Okay, well, I know that because of the limited space that they'll have like a new artist every few weeks. And this one artist, probably from about 6 months ago, he had like all of his drawings were done in like pen or pencil or whatever. It was just the line art with the repeating the lines to emphasize texture and like
Very
dimension.
Interesting. I actually last year, instead of going to work one day, I called in sick. You know, whatevs. And I called in sick, and I went to the Lakeview Museum with one of my girlfriends, and we like spent the day there. It was very nice. Almost like a little therapy session with art involved. It was good times for us. And actually, I think somebody told me though that right now they have Southwest art on display at the Lakeview Museum. Yes. Well, you have watched another edition of Midstate Magazine. I'm Christina Colosimo.
And I'm Jen French. Catch you next week.
Bye.